Early morning, March 13th of this year in Louisville, Kentucky, police arrived at the door of 26-year-old Breonna Taylor, a highly respected and decorated EMT in the city.
The police allege they were there to execute a search warrant for narcotics involving her boyfriend. A shootout ensued and Breonna Taylor, who by all accounts was not involved in any of the proceedings, was shot and killed in her own home. Shot, in fact, at least 8 times.
And joining us now to enlighten us on the matter and where we stand now is attorney Lonita Baker, working with the victim's family on the civil lawsuit. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us. Please walk us through this case and exactly what happened.
Yes, on March 13th of this year, Breonna Taylor, in the wee early mornings, about 12:30 in the morning, Breonna and her boyfriend at the time, Kenny Walker, were asleep in their home. They heard a bang. The door opened. They thought intruders were in the house. They didn't know who was in the home, so much so that Kenny, her boyfriend, called the police. He had called 911, and there's a 4-minute phone call out there with 911 because he thought his house was being burglarized. Protecting his home, he did fire a shot into the home, at which time the police turned into the Wild Wild West and shot almost 30 times into the home of Breonna Taylor. As you indicated, she was shot 8 times and killed. Bullets went into the neighboring home where a 5-year-old slept. This could have been way more tragic than it was. The officers in this case were reckless, and for that reason, Breonna is no longer here.
There's so many details around this case that just don't seem to add up. Where do things stand right now in terms of the investigation?
In terms of the police department, there is a public integrity unit investigation ongoing. The family has not gotten very much information from the police department into that investigation, so we have not gotten anything until today, this evening, after many media stories that we even first see the search warrant. They had not been privy to that, though the mother had asked for a copy of the search warrant. We just got it today as a result of the news stories that were going on.
Okay, so there was a warrant issued. What is Mr. Walker's status right now? Can you tell us that?
He is represented by counsel. He was charged with attempted murder of a police officer. He is still pending those charges. The last that I knew, he was on home incarceration. But by all means, he was a gentleman protecting his home as any person has a right to do. He did not know that it was the police entering his home. So he is facing those criminal charges, and hopefully the prosecuting attorney does the right things and drops the case against Mr. Walker.
Have any of the officers been charged in terms of them being responsible for shooting this woman accidentally, they might call it?
Not at this time, and that is one thing that we do want to see happen. Breonna's family wants justice for Breonna, and to get justice means that these officers need to be charged. So we hope that those charges do come. We hope that Louisville Metro Police or the city will bring in the federal government, the Department of Justice, to do an investigation. We've all seen what happens when police departments investigate themselves. It's normally a let's protect each other. So we hope that an outside agency is brought in to investigate the actions of these officers.
Now, we know what happened to well, not what happened, but what brought the Ahmaud Arbery case to light in Brunswick, Georgia. And that was the video that accompanied this particular case. It took from February 23rd to last Thursday to effect an arrest. What brought this particular case that you're involved in to light?
We filed our lawsuit on this case in April. Between March and up through a few days ago, and even today, Breonna's sister, Janiyah, had been posting on Facebook, Justice for Brea, and telling her sister's story, just hoping that it would be picked up. And with everything going on with the Mods case, it did get picked up, and it went viral. And, you know, I'm friends with attorney Benjamin Crump, who is now co-counsel, brought him in, and that's garnered a lot of attention as well, and helped bring this case to light. We wanted to make sure that just because she's a woman, that this case was not swept under the rug. Many times when women are the victims of these tragic situations, they don't get as much airtime as when our Black males are killed by police.
So what exactly is the next step in this case?
The next step, we hope that the officers will be charged. We will continue to aggressively pursue our civil suit against the 3 officers involved, and we hope that criminal convictions come.
All right, Attorney Lonita Baker in Louisville, thank you so much for joining us. Please keep us posted on the progress in this case, won't you?
Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.